start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So South Carolina's offense will be first on the attack. And guys, any discussion about this offense has to start and end with the guy behind center.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback, he gets the ball on every play. He's got to be the leader. He's got to be able to throw the football. So many times you see Jesse where they can run it as well, but he's the captain usually on most teams. It starts and ends with him.
Yeah, and David, the thing you love about this guy, too, is he's such a good distributor and facilitator with the football. He knows this offense like the back of his hand, and he's able to take advantage of all the different weapons they have surrounding him.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's Bennett. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. So Kentucky's offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Quickly complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Give to the running back. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front.
Turning it on! They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground and he gets north fast.
And the Wildcats have this offense rolling. Looking downfield on first down. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but this snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Not much room, a pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Zings it complete to the right. comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The field goal is no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Handoff from the gun. Finds a little space. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
I love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off play action. That's caught. It's Bennett. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Now, Lenora Sellers was sensational down the stretch last season when the Gamecocks won 6 of 7 games. Sellers threw 18 touchdowns, only 3 picks. What would you like to see from him, David, for the Gamecocks to become a force in the SEC?
It's not running, Reese. Like, we saw the physicality in the big runs, like, throughout the season, especially against Clemson ending the season last year. But to me, it's the passing game. It's the staying on schedule. It's knowing his answers and making the easy play sometimes. Continue to evolve as a passer with that big, strong body. And you better look out, college football.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Finds his man, it's Harbor. Good execution, they move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the curl route. And you see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run, a pickup of 6.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
He'll take it himself. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. It's good! And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. They get a nice pickup on this crossing route against the zone, and everybody executed in unison, Jesse.
Yeah, and Reese, this offense, they've got a plan in the passing game. They've got some stuff ready for man coverage, and they've got some zone beaters as well. And just saw one there on the crossing route.
Looking to throw on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. Heaves it on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Kentucky sent out the punting unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Back to pass, it's Sellers. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. It's Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Wants to go up top on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. All wideouts, no backs. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Hand off from the shotgun. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And wings it incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. It's complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Back to pass. Got his man. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
This will likely be the last play of the half. To the air on first down. Finds his man. It's Law. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Williams-Brice.
And the Gamecocks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
The Wildcats can really attack on this second and short. Here's the handoff. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, South Carolina. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
game-changing play for this defense. Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
To tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They haven't really been able to line up. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you've got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got a man in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Looking to throw on first down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. That's reeled in, it's Bennett. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers, those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Now on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. The short hands, it's Smith. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Brown. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Yeah, at this point on offense, it's all about finding completions and finding your rhythm. They get a few yards there with the slant.
Line getting set on second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
The Gamecocks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's got it on the run. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits them in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
Looking to throw on first down. On target. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Right down the middle. Got him downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. Looking to fire. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a tight end down the gut. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Wildcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Lets it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
And the Wildcats come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
The Wildcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quickly complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, the receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Makes the grab. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Kentucky!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.